few months, he creates a revolutionary type of microprocessor.
Go on. Then what?
In 3 years, Cyberdyne will become the largest supplier of military computer systems. All stealth bombers are upgraded with Cyberdyne computers, becoming fully unmanned. Afterwards, they fly with a perfect operational record. The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense. Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug.
Skynet fights back.
Yes, it launches its missiles against the targets in Russia.
Why attack Russia? Aren't they our friends now?
Because Skynet knows that the Russian counterattack will eliminate its enemies over here.
Jesus.
3, 2, 1.
In the first 1/1,000,000th of a second after nuclear detonation, the heat is already so extreme that a ball of plasma forms. It's a fireball so hot, it reduces everything inside it to subatomic particles. The core of our star is 15 million degrees Celsius, making it the hottest point in the entire solar system. But for a brief moment in time, it becomes the second hottest point because the core of a nuclear fireball can reach 100 million degrees. To put that in perspective, that's 20,000 times hotter than the vaporization point of diamond, one of the most resilient materials in the entire universe. So it doesn't matter if you're in a fridge or a bunker made of diamond, if you're inside of this fireball, you will get deleted from existence. All of this heat radiates outward at the speed of light, instantly scorching anything unfortunate enough to be within view. This real test footage shows the paint getting vaporized at the moment of detonation. It's quite literally a laser engraver, but like everywhere. Anything combustible immediately ignites on fire, including everything within a mile of this explosion. All the people within a mile and a half would receive third-degree burns. It's a burn so bad you don't even feel it. And looking at this test footage, what I find fascinating is that it's not actually windy. What we're seeing is the heat of the nuke pushing the smoke away like it's the solar wind or something. It's just that intense. The shockwave is a sphere of high-pressure air that expands outward faster than the speed of sound. In fact, this shockwave is so powerful, it levels up into something even deadlier. When it hits the ground, it reflects back up to recombine with itself, forming what's called a Mach stem. It gives the shockwave a razor's edge, shaving the city down to rubble. It's been a few seconds at this point, but the explosion is still happening! The shockwave leaves behind a pressure vacuum which sucks all the air back in with hurricane-force winds. It's not as strong as the initial shockwave, but this is more insidious. Rushing air feeds the flames, which create fire tornadoes that swell to hundreds of feet high. This terrifying reality is called a firestorm and is exactly what happened to Hiroshima. It was a city made almost entirely of wood. 1,200 kilotons. Yeah, this is a megaton bomb. I'm using a tool called Nuke Maps. If you just Google search Nuke Maps, you'll find this. Just plug in the warhead yield of your choice, whether or not it's detonating on the surface or if it's an airburst, and then you just hit detonate. This is the fireball, this is the strongest part of the shockwave, and this signifies where everyone gets third-degree burns. This is what the Trinity explosion would look like in downtown LA, but if I put in the B-83 of 1,200 kilotons, that detonation would look like this. It's like almost 2 miles wide, just the fireball. Now the B-83 is just the most powerful nuke that we currently have in our arsenal. We've tested many more powerful nukes. For instance, the Russians tested the Tsar Bomba, which was a 50 megaton bomb. And this would literally destroy the entirety of Los Angeles. I just turned on the casualties. Estimated casualties are about 3 million people. Instantly.
Yeah. Well, nothing we can do about that. That's going to happen. Let's get it. Second Esdras. It's like you. Let's get it. Second Esdras. Chapter 13. Verse 11. Is it 13? No, 16. Salakia. Second Ezra. Come on. Where is it at? Which word? Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 11. Oh, man. Every time. Won't give me a break. Nothing I can do. Esau's trying to stop by any means necessary, man. Second Ezra chapter 11, or chapter 16, verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well and taught me this truth, as it is written in 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 17. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Mataza Lacham. And I apologize about not being able to make a video yesterday. As you know, we had to do some stops at the doctor's office and stuff like that. Elder Yashwama says I talk too much. I'm sorry. Salakia. Okay. But, so I got busy with that. But anyway, I've seen this video while I was at work, because yesterday I had to stop. Also, my son-in-law said he needed his oil change. I had to stop and do that, so I had to take off 2 or 3 hours from work, doctor's office, everything else yesterday. And then today, I just said, hey, look, stop. You guys are getting in my way in order to praise the Lord, pray in his name, and make a video. You're just getting in the way. So everybody went around me today. I should have done this yesterday. I don't know what the hell. But anyway, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, based on this video, is going to exterminate these Edomite Caucasian devils, man. They seem to think they're just going to walk right off into the kingdom of heaven with that evangelical Christianity. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Listen, the Edomites, don't get me wrong, the Edomites will be in the kingdom of heaven, but you're going to be slaves. Okay? It's a fact. Right? Verse 14, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Now, these plagues are intercontinental ballistic thermonuclear missiles. Let's do some, okay. Let's put ICBM missiles. Right? Missiles. Missiles, boom. Right? An intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, is a guided land-based missile with a range exceeding 5,500 kilometers, approximately 3,400 miles, designed primarily for delivering nuclear weapons. Right? Operating in distinct stages, these weapons travel beyond the atmosphere into space before re-entering the strike targets on another continent in about 30 minutes. Stop. Isaiah chapter 34. Man, come on. Hold on. Isaiah chapter 34. Where is it? Isaiah 34. Where are you? Right? Right? Verse 1. Put that up out of the way. Come ye near, ye nations, and hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. What that Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is referring to right there in verse 3, okay, is, let's go over here to Joel chapter 2. All right, just put it all together right quick so these Edomites can see their coming destruction, and they'll understand why they're going to be exterminated by the Most High God in heaven. And come on, what the hell? Really? Man, come on, man. Really? I'm not trying to buy a goddamn car, man. See what I mean? This is what I mean, man. Esau is just a motherfucker, man. He's going to stop this truth by any means necessary. Faggot motherfucker. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come ye all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Right? Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And the mighty ones are the angels of the Lord. Right? Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right? Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Those that are going to get down are the mighty ones that the Most High will cause to come down, who are the angels of the Lord. Okay? Because the wickedness is great. The wickedness is great, right? Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision, the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. Right? Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Jehoshaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. Transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade, Silk Road, a reverse triangular slave trade. Okay? Whom they have scattered among the nations, my heritage Israel, right? The Israelites, the only nation of people that have been scattered amongst all the nations on the face of the earth into slavery and in bondage, are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's the reason why you have Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in every nation on the planet. Okay? Common sense dictates these things, but the white man, so-called, doesn't want to accept common sense. Common sense is not common amongst these Edomite Caucasian devils. For certain. It's a fact. They're stupid. They're idiots. They are, really. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai has taken wisdom out of the brain of these Edomite Caucasians. They don't have any wisdom. They're dumb as a bag of hammers. Right? Let's get it. Jeremiah, right? Chapter 49, verse 7. Man, come on. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yes. Their wisdom is vanished. They're dumb as a bag of hammers now. You can't make any sense, no head or tail of whatever they're trying to do. Right? Obadiah. They really hate that book. Obadiah 1, verse 7. Oh man, come on. See? Wow, this motherfucking phone is doing whatever it wants to do now. Look, see? That is straight up Satan. I don't give a fuck how you look at it, man. Okay? Now, let's go back over here to, where was I at? Might as well just go for it, man. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. These devils hate this truth, man. They hate it. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, right? The dragon, which is Washington, D.C., right? The first of the three city-states, the evil spirits like frog that cometh up out of the bottomless pit, right? The dragon Space Force, right? Dubbed this by Elon Musk in 2016. You can go check and see for yourself, okay? And the Celestial Angel Program, which are the pilots piloting the the what do they call it? The restructuring of so-called alien craft. They're reconstructing these alien craft. Bullshit. They've kidnapped a bunch of scientists and forced them against their will to put all of their knowledge, okay, and all of their skill into creating weapons to fight against Michael and his archangels, against Yahushua HaMashiach, the Son of the Most High in heaven, and the angels of heaven. That's the reason why they kidnapped all these scientists and kidnapped all of these generals that knew about what's going on. Now they're going after Louis Elizondo. They're going after him because he was the leader of a covert military operation that oversaw, the investigation into these orbs, or into the Tic Tac that you've heard about, which they looked at it, I think they call it now unidentified aerial phenomenon, UFOs, unidentified flying objects, right? The reason why they feel that they're unidentified is because they don't rule over it. They're not in charge of it. So it's unidentified, right? And it scares these devils, right? And the dragon fought and his angels against Michael, the angels, right? And prevailed not. Remember, this book was written 2,000 years ago, so it's already written in Holy Scripture that these Edomites are going to lose this battle. They're fucked to start with. They already lost. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, right? Because they deceived the whole world by whitewashing history, explaining to the entire world that they're God's chosen people, rape, murder, and pillage in the name of Cesare Borgia, aka Jeebus Crossed, cheese and crackers, cheese and rice, right? Edomite Caucasian devil, Cesare Borgia, the most sexual boyfriend to Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, that's the reason why this individual, cheese and rice, is so effeminate looking, with long flowing hair, with bright red rosy cheeks and lipstick. Okay, that's the reason why. Okay, there would, like I said before, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven, right? And he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay, so once Michael and his archangels come to the earth, the mighty ones that come down, as it is written in Joel, okay, these people are finished. Okay, now let's get back to, they won't be in the heaven or the sky or the second heaven, which is outer space, or nothing. They're just screwed. Isaiah chapter 34, right? Verse 2. Oh no, that's right. I was at verse 3, right? Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Right? And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Okay? Now, the young Edomite Caucasian was just explaining the falling fig from the fig tree, of how the great fervent heat would vaporize the first 8 epidermis layers of the skin. They would be instantly down to the muscle, right? It would just take your skin off. It'd be like somebody just, ow, that burn. And you look down, you have no skin at all, and you're being cooked. That's if your eyes survive the bright, blinding flash of the initial explosion without melting in your sockets, right? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right? Who are the people of the Most High's curse to judgment? The Edomites. Right? Hold on, let me see if I can. Wicked curse. I think that's how to spell it. Nope. I can't spell with this shit. Salakia. I don't know if it'll even find me any biblical script. See, that's what I mean. I forgot. Anyway, that's all good. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra then. Chapter 16. Right? Verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, the arrows, right? And the reason why it's referred to as arrows, the intercontinental ballistic ICBM missiles are, let me see if I can explain that better. Let's go here. A broken arrow. Alrighty? Broken arrow. Alrighty? Come on. Broken arrow meaning. Okay? The term broken arrow primarily refers to a United States military code word for an accidental event involving nuclear weapons, such as an accidental explosion, a radioactive contamination, or the loss of a warhead. Right? Cultural and symbolic meanings. In some Native American traditions, a broken arrow is a universal symbol of peace, signifying the end of conflict or the making of a treaty. Right? Let's see. Where is it at? Nuclear accident. As standardized by the Department of Defense, a broken arrow describes any unexpected incident involving nuclear weapons or components that does not create the risk of a nuclear war. Okay? So basically, it's the loss of a nuclear warhead, this broken arrow. That's what the term broken arrow means. Right? So when we go back to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, chapter 16, verse 13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Right? Now remember, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi controls the minds and hearts of men. This will explain that. Proverbs, where am I at? Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. Right? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. Okay? You have to understand that the Most High Yahweh controls the minds and hearts of men. He controls their hearts as the rivers of water. Okay? So now when we go back over here to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13 again, where's it at, man? Hold on, it was right there. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. The Most High controls these devils, and the mighty ones that come down periodically to activate the nuclear silos in which these ICBM nuclear weapons exist, in which they reside underneath the ground. Okay? Turn them on, turn them off. Turn them on, turn them off. That's what's making these Edomites afraid. If they go to Russia, turning them on, turn them off. They go to Iran, turn them on, turn them off. The chariots of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi are all over the place. Okay? And like I said before, they kidnap those nuclear scientists in order to facilitate their wicked imaginations at trying to develop weapons to fight against the angels of heaven. Okay? Anti-gravity devices, using compartmentalized laser beam technology, okay, using geothermal, electromagnetic energy, all of this type of shit, okay? And they're using the celestial angels, which are specific individuals from the United States Air Force that were indoctrinated into keeping this a secret to be a part of the angel program to fight against these, fight against the angels of heaven, right? So that's the plan, but it's going to fail, right? Behold, okay, wait. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, right? Now, we just read about ICBM missiles. Okay, let me go back, see if I can go back to ICBM missiles, right? Go back, read it again. An intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, is a guided missile, land-based missile with a range exceeding 5,500 kilometers, approximately 3,400 miles, designed primarily for delivering nuclear weapons. Operating in distinct stages, these weapons travel beyond the atmosphere into space before re-entering to strike targets on another continent in about 30 minutes. Right? Global deployment and arsenals. ICBMs represent a strategic deterrent because they offer instant responsiveness, ready within minutes, and form a critical leg of a nation's nuclear triad. Only 8 countries are known to possess operational ICBM capabilities. Right? United States, they got 400 silo-launched Minuteman III missiles across Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota, currently undergoing a $141 billion modernization upgrade. Right? Russia and China both field their own advanced land-based and submarine-launched intercontinental missiles. Other nuclear states, France, India, the United Kingdom, Israel, and North Korea also possess operational ICBMs or long-range strategic missile programs. See? So these broken arrows, these missiles, shall not miss when they are shot, when they begin to be shot to the ends of the world. Okay? They're going to come down upon whatever continent they were sent to. Okay? Now, let's go to verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues shall be sent upon earth, shall not return again. Okay? Now, going back over here to Isaiah chapter 34 again. Hold on. Verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, right? And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and off a falling fig from the fig tree. Okay, descriptive of words of buildings, houses, cars being instantly destroyed, right? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and Idumea is the Greek terminology for the word Edom. Okay, we all know the Edomites are the modern day Caucasian race, right? For the most part. Now, not all white people are Edomites, because the our people were scattered, as it is written in Joel chapter 3 verse 2, that the Most High is punishing them for. Our people's bloodline were intermingled with the heathen nations. After 3 or 4 generations, they no longer no longer retain their original skin color, their original outlook. When you look at them on the outside, okay, they retain the characteristics of the mother, or the characteristics of the father, depending on if they're the children of Esau or the children of Jacob. Okay, they may look the same. That's where it goes into the biblical scripture description of the tares and the wheat. The wheat are Jacob, the Israelites that look like the heathen nations, and which goes into the speckled bird in Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 9. Okay, another biblical reference to our people being intermingled with the heathen nations, that after 3 or 4 generations, people come back looking like them, right? So we have to test the spirit by the spirit, like it says in the book of Romans 8 and 16. The spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So when people come up and ask us questions concerning the Holy Scriptures, we ask them questions in return to find out, who is your father go back to? Because it all stems to the seed of the fathers, of the bloodline of the fathers, as it is written in Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. Okay, it goes back to the seed of the father. It doesn't have anything to do with the woman. The woman is just a vessel for the man to plant his seed in. she is the fertile ground in which the seed comes out, okay, as a child, okay? She puts the wrapping on the seed. The seed grows within her womb. She pushes it out. She conceives seed, in other words, okay? She doesn't carry the seed like the evangelical Christians and other wayward, mindless groups that don't think about these things in detail, like they do at the like the apostles and elders of Great Millstone taught us, right? So you have to stop and think about these things. Let me. What was that other one? It was in Ezekiel. Yep. Where's that popped out? It just popped down. Hold on. Where are you at? Where are you? Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Right. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. So you Edomites got it coming. Okay, you're not just going to walk right up in the kingdom of heaven, beat up the Most High, like was the first idea under the Tower of Babel. Everybody spoke one language. You build a tower in the kingdom of heaven, go up there and have a war against Michael and the angels of God right then, on the spot, right? That was the plan back then, take over the kingdom of heaven. They're trying to do it again, okay? They got everybody speaking one language, okay, right? Primarily, all right? You know, everybody's in the same concord. Everybody's got nuclear weapons. You see what I'm saying? See? So, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers, and they shall fall that are slain with the sword. Right? The modern day sword, right? ICBM missiles, the gun, jets, tanks, different means of propulsion, right? Right? Hold on. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. It says the same thing over here in Isaiah chapter 14, right? Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Most High don't want you to come back. Your rivers, your valleys are going to be filled with your slain men. Okay, the thermonuclear heat described in Isaiah chapter 34 is going to melt the mountains and the rivers and the valleys with your blood. Okay, and here it states that the face of the world will no longer be filled with cities, where they can amalgamate all kinds of false gods, false ideologies, false religions, and have everybody believing whatever they want to believe, doing it as thou wilt in these cities, right? Where they perpetuate, what do you call it, bullshit, pedophilia, right? See? They go into human, trafficking, child, sex, right? sex, trafficking, right? They do this shit all the time. Erica Kirk is currently using Turning Point USA in order to to wash the money from buying and selling children. There's always going to be missing children. There's always going to be an Amber Alert somewhere in America. Every goddamn 12 hours. Every 4 hours, probably. I don't know. You know? But for sure. But I do know that that's what's going on over at Turning Point. There was a brother that made a video about that. You know, but that's another reason why they got to take these information down. You know, because we're revealing everything that these devils have been hiding and spent so many billions of dollars to hide in the face of the entire world for decades. Right? I will also, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord. And I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. Let's go back into besom of destruction. Right? then I'm going to get on out of here. Besom of destruction. Oh my God, man. Besom of destruction. Man, come on, man. Besom of destruction meaning, right? A besom of destruction is a powerful metaphor for utter ruin and divine judgment. A besom is an archaic English word for a traditional broom made of bundled twigs or branches. The phrase, famously used in the King James Bible to describe the complete devastation of Babylon, means sweeping a place clean of its existence. The phrase originates from the book of Isaiah, specifically Isaiah 14 and 23, where the Most High declares against the city of Babylon, America, I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. The imagery, just as a besom sweeps away dirt, dust, and debris completely, this metaphor represents the thorough and inevitable wiping away of a corrupt and prideful nation. See that? Okay. While besom simply translates to a broom, translators used it instead of a modern term because the word carries deeper historical connotations. An instrument of clearing. It conveys the cleansing or purifying of a land, removing everything undesirable so that nothing is left standing. Total devastation. It implies that the destruction is complete, leaving no trace behind. Let's go get it. Numbers. Hold on. Salakia. Let's go get it. Where you at, Numbers? Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. Right? So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Okay, so now you understand why the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to devastate the place with the besom of destruction and make sure that there is not a son, nephew, cousin of any Edomite left alive here in America. It's going to be hit so hard by so many thermonuclear missiles, okay, where am I at? Okay, that it's going to burst into 3 separate pieces, right? Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Right? So we implore our people to try to get them to repent. We try to get them doing the best we can, but they ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it, man. They just hard-headed. They want to die. They love these Edomite devils. They love the fact that they're able to go off and there's no immediate there's no repercussions. That's the word I was trying to get, right? There's no immediate repercussions for the wickedness that they do. It's not immediate, okay? Because the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says he's long-suffering. Salakia. Verse 16, and he gathered them together into a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon. All right, and the 7th angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, It is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth. So mighty an earthquake and so great. Right? So at that point in time, those thermonuclear missiles will be launched into the air. Right? Those arrows shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the earth. Remember? That's when the Most High God Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to say, It is done. Okay? Verse 19. And the great city, Babylon the Great, right, the land of bitterness for the Israelites, America, right? And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahweh to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven. This great hail are these thermonuclear missiles. One ICBM missile can hold anywhere between 10 and 20 warheads. Okay? And these warheads bring about the destruction that you saw in the video before. Right? And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. So now you know what type of plague is being referenced in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, right? Verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Verse 16, 2nd Ezra 16 and 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues shall be sent upon the earth and shall not return again. Okay? So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I just wanted to, touch base on that video because I was like, whoa, I seen that yesterday, but I couldn't do nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? And so I had to do something today. Right? Let's watch it again.
The internet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August microprocessor.
Salakia. I touched the screen and it jumped on. Salakia.
In a few months he creates a revolutionary type of microprocessor.
Go on. Then what?
In 3 years, Cyberdyne will become the largest supplier of military computer systems. All stealth bombers are upgraded with Cyberdyne computers, becoming fully unmanned. Afterwards, they fly with a perfect operational record. The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense. Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug.
Skynet fights back.
Yes, it launches its missiles against the targets in Russia.
Why attack Russia? Aren't they our friends now?
Because Skynet knows that the Russian counterattack will eliminate its enemies over here.
Jesus.
3, 2, 1.
In the first 1/millionth of a second after nuclear detonation, the heat is already so extreme that a ball of plasma forms. It's a fireball so hot, it reduces everything inside it to subatomic particles. The core of our star is 15 million degrees Celsius, making it the hottest point in the entire solar system. But for a brief moment in time, it becomes the second hottest point because the core of a nuclear fireball can reach 100 million degrees. To put that in perspective, that's 20,000 times hotter than the vaporization point of diamond, one of the most resilient materials in the entire universe. So it doesn't matter if you're in a fridge or a bunker made of diamond, if you're inside of this fireball, you will get deleted from existence. All of this heat radiates outward at the speed of light, instantly scorching anything unfortunate enough to be within view. This real test footage shows the paint getting vaporized at the moment of detonation. It's quite literally a laser engraver, but like everywhere. Anything combustible immediately ignites on fire, including everything within a mile of this explosion. All the people within a mile and a half would receive third-degree burns. It's a burn so bad you don't even feel it. And looking at this test footage, what I find fascinating is that it's not actually windy. What we're seeing is the heat of the nuke pushing the smoke away like it's the solar wind or something. It's just that intense. The shockwave is a sphere of high-pressure air that expands outward faster than the speed of sound. In fact, this shockwave is so powerful, it levels up into something even deadlier. When it hits the ground, it reflects back up to recombine with itself, forming what's called a Mach stem. It gives the shockwave a razor's edge, shaving the city down to rubble. It's been a few seconds at this point, but the explosion is still happening! The shockwave leaves behind a pressure vacuum which sucks all the air back in with hurricane-force winds. It's not as strong as the initial shockwave, but this is more insidious. Rushing air feeds the flames, which create fire tornadoes that swell to hundreds of feet high. This terrifying reality is called a firestorm and is exactly what happened to Hiroshima. It was a city made almost entirely of wood. 1,200 kilotons. Yeah, this is a megaton bomb. I'm using a tool called Nuke Maps. If you just Google search Nuke Maps, you'll find this. Just plug in the warhead yield of your choice, whether or not it's detonating on the surface or if it's an airburst, and then you just hit detonate. This is the fireball, this is the strongest part of the shock wave, and this signifies where everyone gets third-degree burns. This is what the Trinity explosion would look like in downtown LA, but if I put in the B-83 of 1,200 kilotons, that detonation would look like this. It's like almost 2 miles wide, just the fireball. Now the B-83 is just the most powerful nuke that we currently have in our arsenal. We've tested many more powerful nukes. For instance, the Russians tested the Tsar Bomba, which was a 50 megaton bomb. And this would literally destroy the entirety of Los Angeles. I just turned on the casualties. Estimated casualties are about 3 million people. Instantly.
Shalom.